Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Sparkle Experience Show. Tonight's episode is Swim Above the Interference. This is also the opening conversation for a new series I'm beginning inside Sparkle's Source on Substack called Sparkled Field Notes, The Body Signals. And the series began very simply. I woke up this week with phrases moving through me, and the phrases were about tears, about no tears, about no, about yes. And then this other phrase popped into my mind. It was swim above the interference. So tonight is not a polished lecture, it is a living conversation. It is a conversation about how our body speaks, how the soul signals, and how we sometimes misread what we are feeling. What if not every feeling of being weighed down means stop? When you feel like you just don't feel like moving, right? There's so much weight is sitting on top of your shoulders, that feeling of heaviness. What if feeling weighed down is sometimes your exhaustion and it's calling for you to rest? What if that feeling is sometimes grief and it needs compassion? What if that feeling of way down is sometimes a misalignment where you just need to be honest or you need someone to be honest with you? What if it's sometimes old static that's pressing on something true, where you know that you have a truth, but you're getting the statics telling you things. That is why I wanted to explore this evening. I think many of us have been taught or led to interpret our inner signals too narrowly. I myself included many, and this goes way back before I went started this journey. If we feel weighed down, we may assume, don't do it. If tears come, we may assume I'm falling apart. If tears do not come, we may assume what is wrong with me? Why am I not feeling what I see everybody feeling or doing? If no comes, we may assume I'm rejecting someone. What's wrong with me again? If yes comes with fear, a feeling of fearfulness, we may assume maybe it's not really for me. It's not aligned. But the body is more intelligent than that. The body does not speak in only one language. Sometimes the body is telling us to rest, to release, to pause, to tell the truth. Enough now, to rise, to just say enough, enough. I need to do this. And sometimes your body says, you may not be feeling the truth itself. You may be feeling the interference around that truth because you're getting this nattering. And that is a very different thing. The main idea I want to open up here is not every feeling of being weighed down means stop. Sometimes the feeling of being weighed down is a true signal. It might mean I'm tired, I need a rest or to rest. I'm grieving, I'm feeling sad. I need to give myself time for this. I need compassion. This is not aligned. Sometimes it's about you need to put attention somewhere or be paid attention to. But sometimes that way down feeling is not truth itself. Sometimes it is the effect of the static, the fear, the old voices, the old rejection, the old you can't messages pressing on something your deeper knowing inside of you already recognizes as being true for you. And that is what I mean by interference. It's all that other stuff that you have this sense of you need to do something, you're called to do something. There's a thing that's coming up inside of you that you want to do, and you're hearing all of this, oh, you can't, or you don't, you shouldn't, or all that. And that's what the interference may sound like. Sounds like sometimes, heaven forbid, your mom telling you not to do something or be careful. You can't, you don't do that. Who do you think you are? You're wasting your time. You're too much. You're not good enough. You'll never succeed. You should just stop. That static can make you feel weighed down. It can actually deaden or take the energy out of you, just sap it. Just it's like it's being sucked out of you because it just takes that wind that you were probably getting geared up to do something, and then you get all this static coming at you, and then there's that feeling of, well, can I even? Should I even? The deeper question becomes, am I feeling weighed down because this is truly wrong for me? Or am I feeling weighed down because there is interference about something I actually know I can do? I need to do it, or I am being called to do it. That is where discernment, your discernment, matters. Because if we confuse the static with truth, we start believing the naysayers, the people are telling us we're not good enough. We may stop right before the thing our soul is trying to rise towards, is strive, is pulling you to, is bringing maybe a sense of joy because finally you're feeling like you can get doing what you want to do. And if you confuse that static with truth, that, you start believing that you really can't do it, that would be sad, I think. I know what it feels like to be misunderstood. I do. I know what it feels like to care deeply and have that care misread. I know what it feels like to want to share something because you know, absolutely know it can help. And then you wonder why, whether people are hearing the heart beneath it all, beneath what you're trying to share and trying to bring out to have them benefit from. And I know sometimes passion gets misread as pressure, as being salesy. And this the urgency you feel gets misinterpreted as pushy, as, too much. Sometimes deep care does not know, does not allow you, because you're so passionate, to take the time to find the right doorway, the right path to that, to have that individual listen, really listen and hear what you're trying to share with them because you care so deeply. And yet, when something inside you knows what it is that you're trying to do, there's a hidden component that you can start to use, and that is your body to signal you to stop pushing so much, or to just lower your energy a little and then come across more gently with what it is you want to share because you care so much. Your body knows, if you allow your body to, if you allow your body to tell you, and then at the same time you tune into your body so you can tap into that knowing. If I'm making sense, keep, you see your body always keeps breathing. It keeps signaling. It's just, are you listening? It keeps telling you what to do if you know how to listen to it and tune into it. So do not abandon your truth because of the static that's surrounding it, the naysayers and all of those natterings that goes on in the head when you're trying to do something different. That does not mean forcing yourself to put on a mask, simply succumb, smile through it, or override your body's knowing. It means listening more deeply to your knowing and asking, what am I actually swimming through? That's, swimming through truth or interference. And if you know how to tune into your body can tell you, because your body always knows. This is the first doorway into the series, this swim above the interference. Over the next few weeks inside Sparkle Source, I'll be opening this into several Sparkle field notes. One is about tears, no tears, and too many tears, because there's a point where there's a time to feel, a time to have the tears, but there's a time to rise and not have all those tears for too long, too many tears. One is about no and yes, and how the cleanest yes so often comes after an honest no. Let me repeat that. The cleanest yes, the clearest yes, the most heart authentic yes often comes after the honest no. So honestly, from your heart, saying no and standing in your power. And one is about becoming creator of your life. Not because we control everything, but because we can stop giving our power away and begin participating more consciously in and with our lives. But tonight, we begin here, swimming above the interference. That question, am I swimming through truth or is it the interference? So, what is it I'm swimming in and around? And do I need to swim above the interference to get to acknowledge and if you will, speak out your truth? Because before we can create clearly, we often have to discern what is truth and what is static. So we have to discern what is truth and what is static so that we can create what it is we want from clarity and not through overwhelm or put letdowns, right? So now I'd like to share with you a powerful yet simple tool, a way to discern truth or interference. And if you're with me on the replay, just take a moment now and you don't have to force an answer, just notice. If you're willing to play with me here, work is such a heavy word. I prefer the word play in quotation marks. I'm going to teach you a simple way to connect with your body's knowing. And maybe you already know it, but that's okay. You can do a refresh because sometimes we forget to practice and we get rusty and then we don't trust these simple tools that are actually very powerful. And before I show you, I want to make an important distinction. Feeling weighed down by life is one thing, where you feel that heaviness on your shoulders. Using the body as a truth sensing tool or a yes no tool, like a dowsing tool, if you will, is another thing. When we intentionally use the body as a sensing tool, we are asking the body a specific question, a binary yes no question, and noticing your body's response. And in this kind of body sensing exercise, it's important to really get centered before. And I like to do that by just gently closing my eyes and standing up straight. And so when I use the word, pardon me, the word heavy in this exercise, I'm using it in that specific body feedback sense, right? So actually, you can just stay seated and close your eyes and now softly just get unfocused, if you will. Just close your eyes and be there, quiet. Now I'm going to describe as two different scenes. And for the first one, this is the first one. Imagine you are flying a kite, running through a bright, open field on a beautifully blue sky, sunny day. And there's space, so much space. And maybe the birds are chirping and there's butterflies, you know, uh, flying around the wildflowers in the field. And maybe there are friends and family around. Maybe they're flying kites too. And maybe it's just you, but there's that feeling. What is that feeling that you're noticing when I describe this scene to you? Notice what that feels like in your body. For many people, this kind of imagery, this putting yourself flying a kite and running through the field with the wind, feeling the wind going through your hair and the breeze if it's has a little breeze to the day. This kind of image brings a feeling normally of lightness, expansiveness, openness, freedom, and ease, or and joy. Maybe you feel yourself smiling. Maybe you have good memories of flying a kite when you were young, like I do. Okay, so that's a feeling of yes. Okay, that's one feeling. Now imagine this is a second scenario. Imagine you are playing in a park and your football gets knocked into a dark cave and you can hear it bouncing bump, bump, bump into this deep recess and you can't see where it is, but you can hear it. And there's a little light near the entrance and you're heading in to get your ball because that's your favorite ball and they're expensive, right? So you and everybody are waiting outside to play. And the ball stops and it's dark and you can't really see clearly, but you can kind of make it out. And then what is that feeling that you have as you go into this darkness and see the light disappearing behind you? Notice that feeling. Notice what that feels like in your body. For many people, this image may bring a feeling of heaviness, lightness, or sorry, tightness, contraction, like this oppressive feeling, density, unease, like your the hair on your neck or on your arms might be standing up, you know, because you're on red alert. So these responses are just a way of your body sensing what's good and what's bad. We're simply noticing the body's natural reaction to what is good for you and what is bad or sensed as bad for you or danger. So when you feel that uh, lightness and that darkness when you are making a decision in your day, that is your body. If you tune into it, that can be your body's your way to get your higher knowing, your intuitive take on whether that decision is good or bad for you. And you may say, well, I don't know, I don't trust that. Well, do it with simple things and then test it. Use it for a few days and just test everything, every little small, it doesn't matter how small the decision is, test it. You know, should I, uh, if I do that, will I feel that? Use it for simple things. Is that is so and so is that decision going to be good or bad? You make the decision and you notice whether it was good or bad because there's something that you do it on something you can test, right? Is that person going to pick that or that? Or will he, if you're having dinner guests, will that person like this or that? And if you get the answer, then when you have your guest come for dinner, then you can say, I was trying to figure out what you would like, and I have a question. Would you have preferred this, or do you like this instead? And see if your answer, when you used your body to tell you if that answer was right or not. And then once you test it a few times and you get the right answer a few times, then you start to trust that your body is telling you the right thing. So now bring to mind something that has felt like it has been weighing you down lately. And then you don't have to think about the whole story, just not even the feeling of it. Just quietly now ask the question that you want to know about it, that feels most appropriate to your situation and know what you sense in your body. Some of the questions you may ask, depending on what that scenario is it time for me to take a break from this? Or is it time for me to release this and let it go? Is this true? Is this better? Or is this something that I need to consider? Is it time to stop this? So, depending on what the situation is, choose a yes no question, ask it, and see what you sense in your body. And if you find that it works, I'd love to hear in the comments what it is that you found. And if it didn't work, that's fine too. But we could talk and find out what it is, how how it is you are using it, and see if we can refine it for you. So now we can just say, is there old static pressing around something that I actually know I can do, need to do, or is being or are being I'm being called to do? And so there's no pressure. It's not, a life or death situation, hopefully. This is not a test. It's not about performance, about, winning somebody else, competing to see who gets the right answer. It's just really a way for you to connect with yourself and then learn how to tune into your own body to get the answers that you need. And sometimes the truth returns first as a whisper. Sometimes the body says, not yet. Sometimes it says, listen again. Sometimes it says, rise above the interference. Just notice what you notice. That is enough for now. So, and this is exactly why I'm opening up the series called um, the Sparkle Field Notes, because there are things that are not quick to do, but they can help to position you so you can go through your day in a uh, with more clarity and with more ease. And there are deeper field notes for learning how to listen to yourself differently. And in addition to that, we can go even deeper when the opportunity presents itself with Sparkle Chi. Now, that's what I wanted to cover tonight. And if this conversation resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe to Sparkle Source, the Sparkle Experience Show on Substack. This is where I'll be opening the new series, Sparkle Field Notes, the Body Signals. Some reflections will be public, and for readers who'd like the deeper gems, I'll also be adding Keep by My Side reflection gems, a private companion piece with quote cards, prompts, and gentle inner guidance reflections. The first theme is swim above the interference that we covered tonight. The question is, what are you swimming through right now, truth or interference? So please, if you like going into this deeper, subscribe and follow the unfolding. And if you follow the Sparkle Experience Show, I'll also be sharing future episode notes, etc., through this new Substack home. So tonight I'll leave you with this. Not every feeling of being weighed down means stop. Some weighed down feelings ask for a rest, some for a truth, some for release, some for compassion, and some may be the weight of interference that's just creating static, pressing on something that your soul already knows, trying to hold you down, and you know you need to break free and rise above that. The deeper work is discernment, and even deeper, the sparkle chi. Maybe the first step is not to force or to fix or to figure it all out. Maybe the first step is to simply ask, what am I actually swimming through? Thank you for being here. This is a Sparkle Experience Show, episode 68, and this is the beginning of the Sparkle Field Notes, the body signals inside Sparkle Source. Thank you for joining me. Good night.